Part of my journey is the fact that I've lost over 100 pounds. And I carried that around from college till, in varying degrees, not always that heavy, for a long time. My husband said one day, you know, Becky, I really want you to be around a long time. And that's really all he said. And that started it. Now, it took me 3 years. After I retired and after I lost my 120 pounds or 140 pounds, whatever it was, I was going to go to Germany. And they didn't have any curves in Germany, and I was scared to death that I wouldn't have any way to keep my weight off. So I started running with the help of my boss at Curves, and that's how I started. Really, the motivation has to be from within yourself. I mean, I feel that way. Other people can help with it, but it still has to be from within. The fact that I'd been so heavy for so long, it never occurred to me to run. And then when Christy started talking about running, I thought, well, maybe I can do that. So I was out for a walk. I did walk a lot. So I ran a block, and I survived.
Yeah.
And then the next day I ran 2 blocks. I survived again. So then I was excited, and I got my car and drove my car to see how far it was, and it was 1/4 of a mile.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my God, I ran 1/4 of a mile. And I still remember the day that I finished 2 miles, and I called Christy on the phone right away. I ran 2 miles. I started running longer and longer, and I was running 6 miles all the time. And that was my daily run. And I called Christy one time and said, yeah, I ran 6 miles today. And she said, are you training for half a marathon? And that thought had never occurred to me. I think part of what motivated me as well as Christy doing that is the fact that it was never anything I thought I could do. So the fact that I could do it and did do it just made me so happy.
Yeah.
And when I finished that, I thought I was going to die. But the very next day, I signed up for a Disney half marathon. The very next day.
Yeah.
And I said, would you go to Disney with me? So he did.
Yeah.
He did that. And when I wanted to do marathons, he's supportive of that. He understands that. He has no problem with me going here, going there for all that stuff. So just having him, like you said, at your back, in my corner, means a lot, because you can't do it if the other person is adamantly against it or resentful of it.
Yeah, it'd be really hard for you to stay motivated.
Right.
Yeah.
I go to 2 gyms, because I go to the Fit Gym too. That's where I meet Sue.
Yeah.
And we work out together. And then the rec center is where my trainer is. We've come to realize we're better together than we are apart. It didn't start out that way. I was very motivated by myself, but I think meeting her at the gym on, for instance, this winter when it was so excessively cold and you knew she was going to be there. And it was raining and it was windy and cobblestones were wet and it was just a miserable time. But the best part of the whole thing is I had told my sister and my friend who were there to support me at the finish line, if I'm not back, you guys just go back to the hotel. They waited for me, and it took me like 5 hours and 40 minutes, and I don't even like to think about that time. But crossing under the Brandenburger Gate, and they had medals, thank God. They had no food for anybody. But my sister and my friend were there, and it was such a welcome sight to see them, as much pain as I was in, because I pretty much gimped home, or that walk was a one-sided walk. If anybody knows who Walter Brennan is, that's what my walk looked like. And there were no taxis because it was a Sunday and everybody was already gone.
Yeah.
So we had to walk back to the hotel.
Yeah.
And I was already injured. And we stopped at this neat little deli and we got chocolate and sandwiches and went back to the hotel room and sat there and watched TV in this wonderful Berlin hotel. So that's my favorite one about me. The social aspect has become the biggest part for me and the most rewarding part for me. All the friends I've made through that, how they can encourage you and inspire you and teach you different things and make you aware of things that you weren't aware of. I mean, that is the biggest part. The friends, the community, coming down here, sitting on this couch, having some tea, looking at your new stuff. The joy of new gear is not to be underestimated. I like to get here early for Run Club,
Yeah.
so that you can visit with lots of people and see what's going on in their life, and just hanging out with people and meeting new people and encouraging other people to come here and check out this awesome community that is so supportive and caring and generous.
Becky, thanks for, you're the
Thank you,
first
Scott.
one. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, I'm nervous
We really
now.
appreciate it.
Okay.